Hey Jimmy, what's going on? Rob, Cesternino, and Taran is here,
Hello.
and very sad to see you go. We were pulling for you in the Blockbuster. What
Yeah.
happened with the safe?
Yeah. Good to see you guys. And yep, hand-eye coordination is something I do pride myself on being very good at. I think I had it. I had it in the bag until I dropped that first ball. My strategy was to go for the furthest one and work my way back. I still think that was the correct strategy. And I do believe if I'd made that first ball, I would have ended up winning the Blockbuster. But unfortunately, I overshot it just a little bit and slightly missed that square. And unfortunately, when that ball dropped, so did my game.
Yes, Jimmy, if it helps at all, we've been ranting and raving about how this is one of the worst HOH reigns we've ever seen. So
Yep.
you
Yep.
really
Who
shouldn't be
sends
out on
home one of
Mickey's.
their biggest allies during their HOH? People thought my HOH was bad. Get a look at Mickey's. Girl, what are you doing?
Tell me, it's been one HOH after another. They keep getting worse.
Oh yeah. You don't think they can get worse until they do.
Yeah, so Jimmy, in the start of the season, that tell me if I'm saying this right, but I thought you came in like a wrecking ball,
Yeah.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you came in, you started so hot,
Yeah.
but then I wondered that after your HOH, did that change your game where you didn't have as much clout in the house to be able to do what you wanted to do?
So that's interesting. I did lean back a little bit after my HOH. I did come in hot. Do we remember that first veto ceremony?
Yes.
From there, I never let up, and I needed to lean back a little bit. You can't play this game on full throttle 100% of the time. But I do think going into Lauren's HOH, I was in a pretty good position to sit back, relax, and help guide Lauren's HOH, effectively giving instructions from the passenger seat while she was driving the car. I thought I could do the same with Mickey's HOH until she left me at the rest stop, and I didn't realize until I came out and the car was missing. So
Yeah.
maybe that's on me a little bit, but I did lean off the throttle a little bit because Big Brother's a long game. I wanted to come in hot. I'm not the type to leave my piece on go and watch everybody else buy properties and collect $200. I'm going to start moving my game piece and buying properties. But at the end of the day, I slowed my gameplay down just a little bit so that I could lean on the house a little bit because I felt good. I didn't feel like I needed to compete for HOH to the point where I did throw the HOH the week I got evicted. And at the end of the day, maybe that was a mistake. But overall, I'm proud of my gameplay. Are there a few things I could have done better? Absolutely. But I certainly came in hot. And I have no regrets on that. There are plenty of people who are trying to float till jury, and that is not a good strategy and never something I was going to be a part of.
Yeah, your HOH obviously I think started correctly, right?
Yep.
Had a couple of problems in the form of powers in the
Yep.
way. But then when it came to the renoms, Will and Amy were your
Yep.
choices, and it really upset many of the people in your alliance.
Yep.
To the point where basically that same week they were already plotting your demise, talking about creating new alliances without you.
Yep.
They really felt like you didn't listen to them.
Yep.
And they really had hoped that you would nominate Riley or some combination of Riley and Catherine, but
Yep.
you were trying to work on Catherine.
Yep.
Catherine ends up being one of the people ratting you out this week,
Yep.
talking about how you told her that they were trying to get Riley on the block.
Yep.
Do you regret the HOH decisions that you made?
At the end of the day, I don't. I listen. I had to put up a third of the house in 1 week. On week two. So at the end of the day, when both my targets were pulling themselves off the block, my goal was to keep my hands as blood free as possible. Catherine was somebody that I might have trusted a little too much in the game and was not ready to put her up. And I knew there was something brewing between her and Riley. And by the way, with Morgan and Mickey, there wasn't much of a discussion. They would come to me and tell me what to do, and that does not work with me. We have to talk through decisions, flesh them out so I can understand them from all angles. Morgan was the one who suggested putting up Riley an hour before the veto ceremony. And that's just not enough time to lay the strategic groundwork to make sure you're not blindsiding somebody or making an enemy by putting them up. At the end of the day, I probably should have put up somebody like Vince, but he was playing me like he's playing the rest of the house. So do I regret my HOH? No. But if I won HOH this week, would I have definitely made some different decisions? Absolutely.
So We saw Rachel really go to bat and try to work to whip the votes for you. How
Yeah.
come the rest of the house was too scared to try to keep you?
I think they see me as the threat I am. Listen, I was the first person to win 2 competitions this summer. I had been playing the game really hard, and I think the rest of the house saw that, and they were threatened by it, especially since half this house wants to float to jury. So I think even though that Kelly was the blockbuster queen and nobody wants to be sitting next to her on eviction night, I think at the end of the day, when they saw the opportunity to take out a threat, they did. And I don't think I would have seen the block. I would have seen if Ava won HOH this week. I don't think I would have seen the block, and I think I would have been able to do enough damage control to keep myself safe for a while. And I think the rest of the house knew that. So they were smart. And if I were them, I would have made the same decision. So I can't fault them for that one.
Did you consider trying to blow up Mickey and Morgan's spot a bit more, like expose the triple threat, expose the heavy hitters as part of your campaign? Because what we actually saw was that people like Catherine and Keanu actually did seem to respond to your campaign, but
Yeah.
then people like Vinny who kept telling them, "Oh, he's not really going for Mickey though," and they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, he's not going for Mickey."
Yeah. Well, you know what? They were right about that one because I would have put Mickey up. So maybe that was smart. Maybe that was smart. At the end of the day, I wanted to leave with class and not sass. And so I do feel like I planted plenty of seeds. I let Ashley know she couldn't trust Morgan, but she could trust Mickey if she got rid of Morgan. I let Rachel know that. I let Ava know that. And I let plenty of people know who the real targets were. I made sure to share with people like Catherine, Riley, and Kelly that Vince is somebody they need to take out. So I felt like I'd planted enough seeds upon my departure that I didn't need to blow up anybody's game. And at the end of the day, I still left them something to remember me by with one more sunglasses throw. And then I walked right out the door. But I didn't need to blow up anybody's game. I think they're going to do that for themselves in the coming weeks.
Yeah. Could you get the sense that Morgan had shifted more towards Vinny and Zach?
100% after my HOH, I knew her loyalties were no longer with me. Morgan is pretty fake, but a great friend. So it's kind of complicated because I do love her as a person. But as a game player, I never trusted her at week 3. I almost considered talking to Lauren about putting Morgan up. But at that point, I did still think it was in my best interest to protect the people I could tacitly work with. But Morgan's overly paranoid. And so you never know if she doesn't want to spend time with you because she's over your gameplay or if because she wants to avoid being on the block next to you. So it's always tough to read Morgan, but I wouldn't be surprised if she's out of the house in the next few weeks.
I've seen you answer this before in some previous interviews already, but just to get some extra clarification here, the Keanu Ava thing at the end of the veto competition that he won, the way we heard about it on the feeds made it really feel like he went really ham on Ava, and then a lot of people watched the episode and were like, "That was it." It kind of felt like Ava overreacted. What was the take in the house?
So after Keanu won that veto, you could hear a pin drop. I'm not even kidding. It was literally.
Yeah.
And it's 2.5 vetoes. I won't give him that third because Casey won it. Let's be real. But when he won that, there was tension in the room for sure. And it might not have looked like it in the episode, but he was throwing massive disrespect toward Ava in the moment, assuming that Ava wasn't congratulating him because she didn't feel like he deserved it. He won the veto. He absolutely deserved it. But there's always a delay in the way some things happen behind the scenes, and she was waiting for her cue, as she should, and he just threw a little disrespect her way. And Ava's from New York, people. She does not tolerate that one bit, and she will throw it right back at you the second she can, and Ava certainly did. Listen, she walked up to him swinging that veto, and we all thought she was going to deck him in the face with it, and we're really surprised she only handed it to him. And in that way, I think he got off scot-free. But considering she's HOH this week, I think Ava will get her revenge.
You know, you had such a back and forth with Keanu all through the season. How do you leave the house feeling about Keanu?
Personally, Keanu's great. I don't like or respect his gameplay. I think I said it once. I stand behind it. His gameplay is so full of shit. The toilet's jealous. At the end of the day, I had to play him for damage control. I wanted him to feel good with me. And at the end of the day, if it felt like I was putting Morgan and Mickey up as a target, it was only because if I could avoid the block, I could help save one of them from the block, and the two of us could save the third. I guess I didn't realize Triple Threat was dead week 2. I thought it was still alive longer than it was. I guess that's one murder mystery we don't have to solve. But at the end of the day, Keanu was never somebody I trusted. Absolutely was somebody I would have put on the block, but wanted him to think he was better than me than he was. At the end of the day, I don't think maybe it was working as well as I thought it was. But I do think he thought I was good for his game at the end, even if he didn't vote to keep me.
All right. Well, Jimmy, I know a lot of people were really rooting for you. They wanted us to make sure we let you know that they were very sad to see you go.
Yeah. No, that means a lot. That means a lot. You're in the house. I mean, I still don't really know what the reaction has been. But leaving the house is always your concern, is that maybe you went too far or said something you shouldn't have said. At the end of the day, I left the house knowing I was 100% and authentically myself. And what you guys can tell your audience is they certainly haven't seen the last of Jimmy. So stay tuned.
Okay. All right. Well, Jimmy, thank you for making some time. All the best outside the house. Okay.
Thanks,
All right.
guys. I appreciate it.
Take care. Bye. This is RHAP. We know reality TV.